Kick back and relax with Mark and Carol as they describe Beverly Hills 90210. So as you can see, this is a brand new thing, but also sort of an old thing. Carol and I have decided to spin off the 90210 series and do its own series itself, which will come out every Monday, as you can see. We don't have openings for this because these were originally part of the original episodes that we did of Massive Late Fee. So this is a brand new opening, welcoming you to the show. Enjoy this episode of 90210. Anyway, so speaking of television, though, we did watch an episode of 90210.
Yes,
Carol,
we
can
did.
you take us through 90210?
So this one was a really interesting episode. This one featured Brandon more than Brenda.
Yeah, that's true.
And, he is always getting the girls. Like, every episode he gets a girl, and then by the end of the episode he loses the girl.
Yeah, that is true. We're about 14 episodes in to the series so far, and I think he's maybe had 12 different girlfriends.
Right?
Starting with that blonde one that we never saw again.
Yeah, we never see any of them again.
It is weird.
But anyways, he meets this one sitting under a tree.
Yeah.
She's singing, wearing headphones, and has her back to the tree and doesn't realize he's on the other side hearing her. And, it's kind of cute, whatever. And
cute way to meet, yeah.
Yeah. They talk about how she's learning Latin and wants to go to Harvard. And, apparently brains turns him on. So yeah.
I guess.
But, she's older than him. She's a senior and he's a junior. And he can't stop thinking about her, so he looks her up in the high school directory to get her phone number. Mm-hmm. Which, is kind of weird to me. I don't put mine in the directory. I don't want everybody to have my number. Is yours in there? I never even looked in it.
No, I didn't put... I know one goes around, mm-hmm. But... I mean, I think that's more compulsory for larger schools, I guess, than maybe our school. It looks like West Beverly High is a pretty large school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't... Yeah, mine's not in there, and I've never checked anyone's, honestly.
Yeah, I've never used it, so...
Yeah. But,
yeah, I mean, that's honestly, I kind of forgot they even existed until I saw him pull it out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so he looks her up, and then Kelly and Brenda are, encouraging him to call her, which is weird, because kind of have the impression that Kelly already has a crush on him.
Well, we think, yeah.
But, she's pushing him to date this girl.
I know that's what you're hoping for.
Well, we already know from season 5 that they're going to end up together.
Well, at least for a while, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen down the road, but yeah. I mean, they definitely end up in bed together. Mm-hmm. And on vacation, weirdly.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, he goes out with her, and they're having a fine time. And when she brings him home at the end of the date, she says there's someone she wants him to meet.
Oh, I called this, too, because of the title of the episode.
Yeah. Gave
me a clue. And the fact that she said, he asked her out for Friday.
Oh, yeah,
she said she was babysitting. Because, and Kelly and Brenda told him that that's the oldest excuse in the book, and if she says that, don't believe it, whatever. And he says, oh, you're babysitting. What about Saturday? Oh, you're babysitting again. And he said, well, they basically, Kelly said, hey, hang up before you
humiliate yourself further.
Right. But instead, he argues with her, and he says, come on, no one's babysitting that much. This is a cop-out. If you don't want to go out with me, just say so. And then she says, oh, well, maybe I can get somebody to cover for Friday. And he says, oh, okay, so then they arrange their date. And I said right then, and the title of the episode is, what is it, One Man and a Baby or something like that?
Yeah, One Man, One Baby, something like that.
And I said, she's got a kid. She has a baby. And at the end of the episode, we find out
Not at the end of the episode, at the end of their date.
At the end of the date, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. We find out she has a baby. You were right. You're very smart.
Joey, is that his name?
Yes. Yeah, he's like, oh, what, your little brother? What's the big deal? And she's like, no, he's not my little brother. He's my son. So.
Yeah.
And then Brandon.
The look on his face is hilarious.
Yeah, he looks like she just kicked him in the crotch.
Oh, yeah.
So they go out again, despite Steve's best efforts in telling him to not mess with her.
Steve says, most girls would have taken care of it.
Yeah, Steve is such an asshole. Yeah, most girls would take care of the problem. Brandon's like, maybe she didn't think of it as a problem.
Right. He says, well, you should.
Yeah. So they go out again. But this time she brings the baby with her because her parents are out of town.
Right.
Yeah, so she's like, do you know any noisy restaurants we can go to? So he takes her to the Peach Pit. And
did you get the impression when Nate that's his date, Nat?
Yeah.
When Nat first came over, that he was kind of a dick? Like,
yeah.
It was so weird. He seemed completely put out, and he's like, no, this is just what I want. You know, like, he seemed like he was a total asshole.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think he was joking, but he wasn't doing a very good job of seeming like it. Like, it was supposed to be sarcastic.
I guess.
I don't know.
Later he strikes me as nicer. Now maybe he gets better as an actor. I don't know.
Maybe. But, I don't know. I lost my train of thought now with the whole
They go to the Peach Pit.
Okay, yeah, and so when he gets home, he tells his parents about, or no, he doesn't even tell them then. He's just hinting at it. He's like, oh, how did you guys do it with, 2 babies with me and Brenda at the same, all this stuff. And, so, I'm sure it was so exhausting. And, I don't think, he didn't tell them then though, did he? It's later?
He did.
Okay.
He didn't tell them after their first date when he meets the baby at the end of the date. He tells Brenda. And Brenda says, oh my gosh, what are you going to do? All this stuff. There's also a subplot of her calling a radio station.
Yeah.
Which sort of intersects with this. But then the second date, which is what you're talking about when they go to the restaurant, at the end of the second date, he mentions that she has a child. And that he really likes her. But if he never sees that baby again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah,
like
what
that.
an idiot. Then don't go out with her.
Yeah, that's when a woman has a baby, they come as a pair.
Right. Yeah. That was like literally the stupidest thing. I can't believe his parents didn't say something.
Yeah.
I mean, they know. But he decides to keep dating her. Mm-hmm. Well, wait, no, the next morning. It's the next morning, isn't it, when she shows up because her parents are out of town?
Yeah.
And she just shows up at the door with the baby and says her babysitter canceled for her interview at Harvard.
Yeah, someone's coming over to interview her to get into Harvard. That's her dream, is to go to Harvard University.
So she literally just shoves the baby at him. He's like, what are you going to do? And she shoves the baby in his arms.
Yeah, and says, I'll be back soon.
He has no idea how to take care of a baby. He doesn't know how to make a bottle. He doesn't know how to change a diaper. And everybody leaves him.
Yeah, now luckily his mom is there, but then she goes out with his dad immediately.
Yeah.
And then Brenda shows up with Kelly, and he says, oh, Brenda, you can help me. And she says, oh, we're going to our skydiving lessons.
Right.
Which comes up, which is part of the subplot we'll get to later. And then Steve comes over, and the two of them take care of it.
Well, but Steve ends up leaving him too.
Eventually, but he does help him for a while.
Yeah, and somebody, one of the girls had said, haven't you seen 3 Men and a Baby? So they try to rent the movie 3 Men and a Baby, like they're going to figure out, like it's an instructional video.
Right.
Idiots. But he does something similar to 3 Men and a Baby where he tapes the diaper on the baby. How is it that hard to figure out the little strippy things on the sides?
Now, I have changed my nephews' and niece's diapers.
Yeah, same here.
And it's not that hard.
No, it's not complicated at all.
I think it's one of those weird things that... Now, maybe way back when they used the reusable diapers a lot, those cloth diapers, and you had to do the pins and things like that, I could see that getting complicated. But with the disposable diapers, it's pretty easy.
You know, I've heard this story from my grandma before that when they had those cloth diapers and the pins, my uncle cried through an entire church service because she had pinned through his skin and had not realized.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so awful. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have those anymore.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
So she shows up after Steve has left him because the cable goes out.
Yeah, cable went out and he wanted to watch the game.
So, I mean, he's finally gotten the baby fairly, chill. And they're going to listen to the game because they lost picture but not sound.
Yeah, big day of bonding for
right.
him and the baby.
So this is the point when she shows up, and you can tell she's all, stressed out and upset. And apparently this Harvard interviewer was an asshole and said...
Real conservative guy.
Yeah.
Said that he thought that it would be hard for her to go to school and have a baby at the same time.
But, I mean, that's, common sense. I mean, I think he was a dick to say it. I think he probably should have kept it to himself. I mean, the interview is part of the process, so you're going to deny her. You don't need to make her feel bad about who she is.
Well, I think she should have turned it into a positive, honestly.
Yeah.
I think you could spin that into a positive pretty easily and say, look, a lot of women my age would have had an abortion, would have given the baby up for adoption, would have shirked their responsibilities. I felt, even though the father didn't want to take responsibility for his part in the, what happened and why I ended up pregnant, I felt like I should take responsibility for that. And I did the right thing, and I'm raising my son, and I'm bound and determined to be successful and show him what a successful woman is, and rah, rah, rah. And she definitely could have turned it into something positive.
She could have, but honestly, it doesn't change the facts, and the facts are that he's right, that Harvard, come on. I mean, she can't, it would be almost impossible.
No, she's an idiot. I agree. If she thinks, and here's the thing, if they lived in Boston, then maybe that would be okay to go to Harvard. Or if she wanted to go to maybe Stanford University or UCLA or something like that.
Something local where she can stay with her parents still.
Then that's also another option. But to travel all the way across the country, just you and your child.
Your baby child.
To a place where you don't know anyone. You need a support system. Anyone does. Even if you have a job and you're married and all that stuff, even if you do it the way you're quote unquote supposed to do it, you still need people to help you. You still need grandparents to help, babysitters. It's not easy to raise, children. You still need people around you.
Right.
So that to me is ridiculous that she thinks she's going to go across the country and do that.
And I don't understand. I mean, I realize that it was always the family's dream, not just her own, for her to go to Harvard, but her parents should have talked to her. Mm-hmm. I mean, unless they're just deluded too.
Well, who knows? We don't get a chance to see the mom other than her saying at the door, saying, "No, go ahead, have fun, I've got it."
Right.
And we don't see the dad at all.
Right. So who knows? But so they have a big fight because, and I don't remember what set her off, but she goes off on Brandon. And he didn't deserve it, and it's because she's upset about her interview. She
said that because he taped the diaper, I think.
Oh.
And she said, "What do you do?" She's all upset and everything. And he rightfully says, I don't want to take care of a child. Right. I don't know what you're doing to me here.
Yeah, and he's like, we had a rough start, but we figured it out, and, and the fact that he was willing to try, the fact that he wanted to put in the time and the effort, and she's going to sit there and yell at him, stupid.
Agreed.
And then he goes to make up with her, shows up at the door with baby bottle bouquet. It was kind of cute.
Oh.
So they make up, and she, towards the end of the episode, has now decided that she's going to do a half of a schedule.
Yeah, she's going to do half of her schedule and then go home and take care of the baby for the other half of the day. And it'll take her an extra semester to graduate, but that's fine with her.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like she's getting a little more realistic. At one point, she had wanted to, like, leave the baby, and, I mean, there was a lot.
She had a moment of doubt where she wanted to throw the baby in a well.
She did not.
And, well, I mean, that's how you made it sound. But no, she had a moment of doubt where she wanted to give the baby up for adoption and all that, but she got over it.
Because she said she loved Joey, but she didn't feel like she could have her dreams with him.
Yeah, she said that she felt guilty when she wasn't around him, but then she liked him when she came home.
She felt guilty whether she was with him or not.
Yeah, she wanted to get away from him, but then she missed him the whole time she was there until she got to see him again.
Right.
All that kind of stuff.
Which is all it sounds like, like, I don't know, I've heard moms say stuff like that before.
Yeah, I would think, I mean, who knows, I don't know, but...
So, I mean, and then, Brenda and Kelly, this whole time, first of all, they finally win something from the radio station that they keep calling. And Brenda's so excited to have won something that even though she's terrified of heights, she wants to use her, skydiving lessons.
Yeah. 2 skydiving lessons for 2 people.
So her and Kelly do this even though her parents tell her they don't want her to. Which, I mean, she's a teenager. How did she manage to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. She's not 18, so how can she win without her parents' permission?
Well, I don't know about winning, but I mean, as far as like taking skydiving lessons, you'd think that there'd be some kind of forms to sign, waiver,
Oh yeah, because you could die.
Right. But anyway, so they're like fighting over the instructor because apparently they think he's hot, whatever. And, then they get into an actual argument on the plane at the last day, and they fall out of the plane.
Yep.
So, but Brenda says it's changed her whole perspective, and it was so wonderful, and blah, 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 blah.
She loved it. She became a skydiving freak. We have a teacher, I don't think you have him, but a teacher named Mr. Waddell, who is an actual skydiving freak. Like, he's addicted to skydiving.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He'll talk about all the time, during the summer especially, he'll go, like, maybe twice a month, 2-3 times a month. Like, he goes a lot.
Wow.
And skydives. He's just addicted to it. And I guess it is one of those things where it's like an adrenaline rush where you can get addicted to it like that. And he absolutely loves it. I, on the other hand, would never ever want to do it.
All right, I know you're so scared of heights. Have you ever been on a plane?
Yeah, I've been on a plane before. I've never jumped out of a plane.
But you don't ever want to go on a plane again.
I don't like flying. No, I don't enjoy it.
See, I like flying and I like roller coasters. So
roller coasters are fine. I don't like flying. It bothers me. The thing I don't like about flying is that I am very aware that there's nothing underneath me when that plane's in the air.
But there is. It's the plane.
But I can feel the lack of gravity.
What?
I can feel it. I can feel the lack of pull of gravity.
But there is not a lack of pull of gravity. You're standing in the plane. Your feet are touching the floor. That's gravity.
But okay, whatever. I don't know how to explain it to you, but there's a difference in the way you feel in your body from being on the ground and being in the air. Being that high in the air.
I think that has something more to do with, like, pressure, but sure.
I'll put some pressure on you. Do you know the 4 fundamental forces that act on a plane in motion?
No, Professor. Enlighten me.
This is this is lesson 1 of flying.
All right.
You don't know?
I don't.
For reals?
For real, I don't.
Okay, I'm just asking because sometimes you play dumb.
Are you calling me dumb?
I'm not calling you dumb. I'm saying sometimes you pretend not to know things for the show, and I want people to know how brilliant you are.
Okay, yeah, you caught me. I know.
Okay.
But you should still enlighten the audience.
Okay. It is gravity, which pulls the plane down, obviously. The opposite of that is lift, which, lifts the plane up. It's the pressure underneath the wing. Thrust, the plane going forward, and drag. Those are the four fundamental forces that act on a plane in motion, all opposites of each other. In order for a plane to fly, lift must exceed gravity, and thrust must exceed drag.
Okay.
So that's how it goes.
So.
Yeah. That was 90210.
And going forward with 90210, just so you all know.
So you all know.
We are going to continue to view the season 1, but we're going to be releasing separate tapes.
Yeah, that's right.
So because we're going to be talking about some new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah,
in the fall.
We'll hand out the tapes on different days, but the tapes will be just 90210.
Yeah.
Continuing from where we're at right now in season 1 through to, hopefully the end. Now, we'll catch up a little bit during summers.
Right.
So it depends on how many breaks they take for holidays and things like that. And it depends on how many more seasons 90210 ends up going. But maybe we'll catch up to where it's actually at in reality at some point. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, we'll be going from this one. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do some creative editing because I have a double tape deck. So I'm going to try to take some of the tapes that we've done so far and just record the 90210 parts on a different tape so I can have a whole tape collection of just 90210 stuff. So hopefully from episode 1 to where we're at now.
Right. So if you love 90210, then you will love this new venture. And if you're sick of 90210, congratulations. We're going to be talking about some other stuff now.
Right.